Okay, now it's time for questions. I'm sure you have a ton of them. Could you please raise your hand? Okay, Phil, yes?
Just a quick question. We just talked about the planning department and the consultant that's looking at this plan. Do they actually live in Salem?
No, actually, they do not. Planning
Can you
department.
repeat the question, please?
The
The
question
question was,
people
does the
that-
city planner live in the city of Salem?
Well, no. I didn't say should they live in the city of Salem. Is the current planner and the consultant that are looking at the plans, do they live in the city of Salem? The answer is no. So my concern is that those people are making plans for neighborhoods of which they don't live in. That's concerning.
Did everybody hear that? Yes, Ron?
If I could say a few things. I've been asked to serve on a committee that's proposing the zoning changes now. I've been to a lot of meetings, and I know a lot of you people have been to a lot of meetings with the Cecil group when they were trying to develop the vision for the neighborhood. And a few observations. I think most of the businesses here are good neighbors, and I think we're a vital part of the neighborhood. The businesses have a symbiotic relationship with each other, that customers of one become customers of the others. I have a lot of the same concerns as I think many of you do about large developments. And one of the things that came up with the Cecil group along the way was that right now the neighborhood has about a 50-50 balance, so 50% owner occupied and 50% renters. And one of the points they made was that that's a good place to be. When the ratio goes out away from that, where you have less than 50% ownership, a neighborhood will tend to go into decline. And so one of the objectives of one of theirs and one of mine is to keep it above 50% of owner occupied. And I count small businesses as owner occupied too. And I've voiced concerns in some of these possible scenarios that could go in larger parcels, because I don't think it's a good thing for a large landlord to go in there and build a mixed-use development and all the businesses in the mixed-use be renters, because they don't have a stake in the neighborhood either. I like to see ownership. The thing I learned tonight was I really didn't know anything about the Gateway Cities program, and that was a revelation to me that it appears that we're committing to, well maybe, oh sorry, you're shaking your head. I guess I don't know enough about that, I guess. So I'm interested to learn more now. Anyways, I do share a lot of the concerns, and I know some there's been concerns at the meeting about what a place that would serve alcohol or whatever, different businesses. But most of the businesses here can be good neighbors, and I think all of us are concerned about too big a development. That's why in the last proposals, in the zoning change, they've lowered the heights, lowered the density. But if that can be overwritten too easily, that's not a good thing either. So I think a lot of us are thinking along the same lines.
For those of you that don't know, that's Robert Yanni, and I hate to tell you, he is an incredible asset to this community. He was part of the 1996 study, and I believe, excuse me? Oh, yes. And he's been a part of every particular study that's been going on here since I can remember. I mean, a few years ago, we had, I think 4 studies going on simultaneously. We had the neighborhood preservation districts. He was there. We had the Bridge Street Neck Historic Business District. He was there. He's leading the charge to get proper signage off from Mass Highway or Mass DOT so we can help the businesses on Bridge Street. The man's incredible. He's an endless bundle of energy. And again, that's Coffee Time Bake Shop, and I applaud your efforts, Rob. And we may not always agree, but you're there for the community.